Are you ready to get your seeds started, but it's only January and your last frost date isn't until mid-April, early May? You can satisfy that itch today. I got a number of seeds that you can start in January, vegetables and flowers. Stick around also because I'll have a list of stuff that you need to start ordering so you can get your seeds in for February as well. First and foremost, the biggest thing that you probably need to start right now, the one that's going to be the most urgent, is if you're going to plant any type of onions from seed, you need to have your onions planted right now. I planted these guys December 9th. You can see that they are looking pretty good. Got quite a few of them. I'm going to start another batch here in a little bit just to kind of test on my own terms. I'm testing to see if December 9th is too early or if January works out just as well. So that is one of the main things you need to get in the ground right now. If you don't get those in the ground in January, you are going to be too late. Now, I should caveat this with, I am growing in zone 6B here. So a lot of these dates are particular to zone 6B and the neighboring zones. So typically my last frost date is anywhere from April 15th to April 18th, around that kind of time frame. Yes, it goes back or forth about a week usually or so. So if you go out to almanac.com, figure out when your last frost date is, you can kind of tailor these needs to however long before or however long after your last frost date is to mine, which is approximately the middle of April. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about doing these seeds. If you need to start just a little bit later, maybe like a couple weeks later than me, that's great. If you need to start a little bit earlier than me, a couple weeks earlier than me, that's great as well. But keep that in mind. We're at zone 6B here, so around zone 7, 6, and 5, you shouldn't have too many issues. Next, let's talk about some herbs. You need to get your oregano, and your thyme can be started right now. You can also do some parsley. Parsley takes a little while for it to germinate, so that's a good one to get started in January. You also can do some rosemary, yarrow, and chives as well if you're planting all those from seeds. The next thing that you can do if you're growing in zone 5 or 6 around those areas, you want to probably get some artichokes if you're going to be growing some artichokes. Now you may have to do some trickery to get these to grow properly in zone 6, but you can definitely start those in seeds, and then we can cover the artichoke part a little bit later. I'm going to be experimenting with that. I did some research on growing some artichokes, so we got to kind of make it trick like it went through a soft winter. So we're going to be playing around with that a little bit this spring. Now, the next thing you guys can plant are some things that you could do in a cold frame. If you have a cold frame or a low tunnel or something along the lines of that, you can get a lot of your leafy greens like your spinach, your lettuce. You can do kale, those type of things. You can get started down inside your grow room inside, and again get those transplanted out so you get an early start in the spring. So that way you'll have some healthy greens when it comes time to get that bathing suit on. Now let's move on to some flowers that you can start growing right now inside your grow room. You got some snapdragons, you got some violas, you got some pansies, some foxgloves, some impatiens, some begonias. Those are all good flowers that you can start indoors, especially if you want them blooming by the time Mother's Day comes around or by the time spring comes around. If you want them to bloom the first year, now is the time to get those started. Let's start talking about February. If you're ordering seeds online, these are some seeds that you probably need to get to order in February. If you don't order these now, chances are they're either going to be sold out or it's going to take a few days for them to come to you, and then you're going to miss your window. You want to make sure that you're not missing anything. Timing is of essence right here. So I suggest you go ahead and always suggest you go ahead and get your seeds ordered as early as possible, especially if you're ordering online. I just ordered from a couple seed places. That was in December, and they're just now coming here in the first week of January. So I do know that shipping around Christmas time does delay things, but there also could be winter storms out there that could delay things as well. So a few things that you probably want to start ordering online that you're going to be wanting to have ready to either plant out in March and February are going to be your sugar snap peas. You definitely want to have your brassicas like your broccoli, your cauliflower, your kohlrabi, your cabbages, even some Brussels sprouts. You can get those all in line, get those ordered. If you don't have any leafy greens available right now, get those ordered as well. Like I mentioned, spinach, lettuces, kale, those type of things. Swiss chard is another one. And don't forget your root crops like your turnips, your carrots, and all those as well. Those probably will be direct sown outside in about March or so. Oh, and don't forget the rest of those flowers that you want to plant. Make sure you get those on order as well. If you want to see more content like this, I will have a what to plant video for February, March, April, May, all the way throughout the rest of the year until I cannot plant anything. We're considering growing zone 6B here. So if you want to stay and follow along with me, click that subscribe button down below. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Have you started any planting this year? Have you started any of your onions? Have you started planting any of your leafy greens yet? Let me know down in the comments down below. Cheers, guys, and God bless.